Vita begins to talk. I don't want to talk at all. I want to listen. I want to learn and play. Yes, everyone, this is Vita, and thank you for joining me. Yes, this video is courtesy of the Go Learning arm of the Table Evolution Initiatives. Right, and today is all about you. The question is, here the question, is your exam ready for you? Is your exam ready for you? Just imagine yourself flexing your muscle with a little tiny finger, your baby finger, your pinky finger, pulling that terrified examination paper, right? And that rope that separates you and that examination is time. Yes, and you're pulling it because you can't even wait, right? So, what are you going to do to let this be a reality? To claim that victory, you have to put things in place. You do your best, and the universe and the Most High will do the rest. So, first, you're going to make a list of all of the subjects that you are expecting or have been studying. You are going to number them from 1 to the highest, right? 1 could be the one that is most manageable, and the one that is a bit more challenging or the most challenging could be numeral 5 in this case. Then you do up your study timetable. This is what you have at home. You have to have a systematic way of approaching your studies, not just what you're doing at school, right? So when do you come home? If you're an afternoon person, you can study in the evening. So in this case, it could be 6 p.m. But let's say you are a morning person, this could be 6 a.m. or maybe you could put it back to 4 a.m. You must know what's good for you if you're a morning person, and make sure you know what is your learning style. I have a video for that, so check out my YouTube channel. You know your learning style, and you could align. It would be best for you to align all your study activities with your learning preference, be it audio, be it visual, audio visual. You sometimes have kinesthetic, tactile. Kinesthetic, your body smart, tactile, hands-on person. Draw something when you're done. Build something. Even the Play-Doh, you can model the heart and model whatever you're studying. Find ways. There are a lot of things out there. Anyway, right now we are about putting in the numbers now. So the numbers that you're seeing. So let's say you want to allot 2 hours to studying in the afternoon. Let's say you're an afternoon person. You come back from school and you have a shower, you have a little snack, you find a quiet corner, whatever works for you. I don't know how some people study with music, but it happens. So whatever works for you, you find that little corner, that situation that is most conducive to your study endeavors, and then let's say this is 6 to 8 p.m. So you're going to have a break. If you notice, there's a 15-minute break there because you're going to allot the 45 minutes to the let's say most manageable. You can say the most manageable, or the ones that are, yeah, the most manageable, and the ones that are harder, you could put them down the bottom, or you could give them, yeah, I think you should give more time to the ones that are harder, right? So in this case, the 4 and the 5 and the 3 could be down the bottom here, where you give them more time. And the ones that are deemed to be easier could be up the top, the 1, the 2, and the 3. So what you do, you try to blend them, a hard with an easy, a hard with an easy. So you're going to have a break. So this part is the warm-up. Oh, this part could be the warm-up, where you allot less time to the one that is less challenging, and it warms you up. After 15 minutes, you could go and take a walk. No, after 45 minutes, you could take a 15 minutes walk. Maybe talk on to the phone, talk to someone in your household, whatever. Stretch your eyes, go outside and do some eye exercises, look out in the distance, get your eyes, tuned up and rested, and then, or just a little nap. Make sure you set the alarm to get you up though. And this one now, if you come back to the second session, and this is where you head on with the difficult ones. But how is it that you're going to know that you're making sense and really adding value? You set objectives. So you set objectives for each subject of that day. So in this case, you will have two objectives. By 6:45 p.m., I am supposed to what. By 8 o'clock, I'm supposed. So it is time bound, right? It is smart, it is specific, it is measurable, right? It is attainable, right? And it is time bound. And remember, there's an ABC to objectives too. The A is the audience. Who is going to do it? You say I, right? What is the behavior? For example, this person studying science now. What is the behavior? You want to define photosynthesis in writing. So that is the condition, right? And the degree without looking at the paper or the text. So objectives have A, B, C, an audience, a behavior, the condition, and the degree, right? So that was an example of an objective that you could set for yourself. So when 6:45 come, did you do this? Were you able to attain it? What you're going to do going forward to let it be a reality, right? And then you can maybe rewire something, but don't let this be a way of going about things. Let it be something that is reasonable to you and worth striving for too. Don't just pet yourself too much. You must know to find that balance, right? So what I did, I do up a chart. I do up a chart to count down. So what I would encourage some people to do is look at the calendar. Look at the calendar and figure out how many days are left for your examination. Some people have examination in February here. Some is done by May. You must know how many days you have. The clock is ticking. So let's say you have 30 days left. For some people who are doing some exams, maybe at the elementary level, the primary level, I do up a little chart. And right here, it may say exam loading. See it there? Exam loading. And then there is a little grid right here. Something to measure how many days you have left. See? 30 days you have left. And what I do, I put a sticky note below. And the sticky note is to say how many days you have left, right? And so when you tear off this, the next one should be saying 29. And what would be helpful, rather than just saying 30, you could have something encouraging at the back. So this is to say 30 days to go, right? So you're counting down. And what would be good is that having had the number of days left, 30 days to go, you could have the back of it. And at the back of it, you could have a quote. For example, you say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Subject verb agreement. Begins with one step, right? That is one quote. And then I gave a letter. So some people, what they would prefer to do is put a dot in the grid. Put a dot in the grid to make it measurable, like when something loading. But what would be nice if you put a letter there, and the letter could be a message to yourself. So each day comes with a letter, right? So I put a little D here. A little D here, because that is what the paper says. So when you start, you could get the sticky note if you want and write backwards. You could write the quote backwards, all right, and then write the number at the top. So when you tear it off, you see the letter that you want to put in here, and motivational speech, all right, or something to lift your spirit, all right. But if you don't have the sticky note, you could write it. If you don't have the sticky note, you could write it to write it in and then erase it as days go by. But after you have done so now and get the quote, you go ahead and make your objectives, right? And by the end of the sticky note, or by the end of you writing the letters, you're supposed to have a message. In this case, one of my clients, I wrote a message to him. And if you put a dot, so it say Delgado Grinan always does his best, and the T is missing. But what? The T is the test. The T is the day. The T is for evolution. The T is for thank you. The T is to say that, yeah, you got this. T for this, right? And with saying that, we say thank you for joining us. And thank you for your questions. If you have any questions, this is the number to call, right? Yeah, so that's that. Any questions, I'm here, and I might just do a video to answer, as in this case. Learn and play, learn